Good morning. It is Wednesday, June 24th. It's about 8 o'clock. Getting on trail. Stayed at the Super 8 2 nights. Took a 0 yesterday. Got everything done. Trail's right here by the hotel too, so that's convenient. And then got a new segment for gut hooks, Northern Virginia, and also mile 731 is where I'm at, and that is the 1/3 mark. So that's a good milestone there. All right, guys. Well, I'll see you later on. Here in Daleville, you come out of the woods, right across the highway there, and then I cross right here, and the Super 8, it's just right behind this gas station, and they have a nice Mexican restaurant right next door to the hotel. But what's really cool is right here, you're back on trail. Directly across this pretty busy road. And down there about 1/4 of a mile is an outfitter and a Kroger and restaurants. So it's a good place to stop, take a 0. I am now at 1/3 completed. So I need to make me a 1/3. Take a picture of it, post it. My pack is so heavy. I got like 5 days of food, and I got my heavier rain gear, and I got my Crocs. And I got a Big Agnes foam pad for when I stay in shelters. So instead of getting lighter, I'm getting heavier, which you never want to do. Let's see what this says. All right, guys. I will check back in later on. Hey, I'm just taking a break at this shelter site. It's called Flirt Knob Shelter, and there's something unique about this shelter. And I heard it was the only one that had a cistern. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'll show you how it works here. Okay, they have gutters on the front, and they're covered with like a metal mesh to keep the leaves out. So rain comes down the roof, hits this, comes down this gutter, dumps out in here, and also they got a gutter in the back, does the same thing, and it leans towards the middle, goes into these holding tanks. And then you go down the hill a little. And there's a pipe. So you just turn this on. There goes the water. Some people say it has a smell, but I don't really notice it. They usually build these shelters where there's natural waters, a spring or a stream or whatever. In this case, apparently there was no natural water source, so they have to collect it this way. But this is too early to camp. It's only, it's about 11 o'clock. Alright guys, I'll check in later. Bye. Good morning, it is June 25th, and camped at a stealth site last night by the Blue Ridge Parkway, and built my first fire since I've been on the AT. There's so much wood laying around, it was nothing to get started really. And I saw a pretty sunset. Had dinner, had a nice breeze. Relaxing campsite. No, only one there, nobody around. So there's a place like 12.5 from here. It's like a campsite, but they cook food. They have a kitchen, I guess, and they'll come get you at the trailhead. So, going to stop by there today. Check out that view. We'll go get some pictures of it. Good morning, it is Friday, June 26th, and I stayed at this campground last night. It was about 2 miles off trail, and a guy gave me a ride. Didn't have to hike it. So, $10, you can get a shower, I think do your laundry, stay. You can camp anywhere on grounds, put up your tent, hammock. Anywhere you can find a spot. Use the pool, and they got like a pond you can swim in. And they got like a camp store. You can get supplies, and they got like a short order cook. You can get quite a bit of stuff really. Burgers, nachos, corn dogs, all kind of stuff. Sodas, and if you drink, they got beer. But they're packed. It's like they didn't have any vacancies for campers, for like pull behind campers. It's called Middle Creek Campground, and there's the campers there. So anyway, a guy with section hiking has invited me to breakfast. He's got a pull behind, so he's done with section hike. You know, have breakfast burrito, coffee, orange juice, and then he's gonna take me back to trail. So there's a general store. This drink machine, I was going to get one last night. It wouldn't take my dollar bill. There's a creek it goes through. Let's see, I'm about 29 miles from my next stop. It's a hostel. If I get there in time, I may just spend the night, get a shower. Trying to push to Waynesboro. I think it's maybe 5 days out. That's like where the Shenandoahs start. Looking forward to that. And see, I'm about at mile 759, I think. So, yesterday I was on trail for 1 month, and I've done about 415 miles in that month. That's pretty decent. Alright, well, I'll check back in later today. Y'all have a good one. Hey, I'm at mile 771.6 northbound in Virginia. And look at where I'm at. The Guillotine. Been waiting to see this for a while. Let's see if we can go through it together. I hope there's not an earthquake or a nuclear explosion to jar it loose. But there's steps going down, and you go through this opening in the rocks, staircase, and there she is, just lodged in. Kind of like Indiana Jones kind of rock trap. I'll go through it later. Here we go. We're going through the Guillotine. Y'all pray for me. Don't let that fall on me. Let me go down a couple more. There we go. Up, 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 up. Look at that boulder. Man, that would crush you flat. It's about big as, let's see. It's about big as a dump truck tire. Like, one of those are using coal mines. Good morning. It is Saturday, June 27th. And it is 7:17. Been on trail for about an hour. Stayed at a shelter last night. Had a bunch, not a bunch, it had about, let's see, 5 tents and somebody in a shelter. Today I got about 14.9. There's a hostel called Stanables, I think how you pronounce it. And just gonna stay there tonight. Let me get some resupply. Trying to get to Waynesboro, and probably take a zero there. And the next thing will be the Shenandoahs, which I'm looking forward to that. I think it's a little over 100 miles. It kind of crosses the Blue Ridge Parkway. Quite a few times, and they got these kind of like a convenience store that you can get drinks and stuff if they're open. So let's see. Yep, after the Shanties, I think there's only 50-something more miles in Virginia, and we'll be into West Virginia. Okay, it's pretty windy up here. This is a observation platform. So let's do a look over here. Kind of windy today. Don't have a windsock on my bike because it kept getting wet. Raining every day. about to cross the James River footbridge. It's the longest footbridge on the trail. So there it is there. I was going to jump off of it, but I got a shuttle. Don't pick me up in 8 minutes, so take me to a hostel. So let's check out the bridge. Hey man.
I went before. You're still right.
Oh, so
Good one.
here is the famous footbridge across the James River. Pretty nice. Sure beats swimming. What's up, man? Sure been a pretty last few days, no rain. I got my good rain gear in that I started out the trail with. It hadn't rained since I got it, so. Pretty nice river. Reminds me of the Warrior River back in Alabama. Kind of dark, muddy looking river. Most rivers are, I guess. There's a canoe. I used to canoe quite often. Hadn't been in years and years. I think I'm gonna try a kayak next time I get one. Well, almost across to the parking lot. The boards are kind of weathered. I wouldn't want to go across barefoot. Whoa. Let's see, get in this way. James River. There's a white blaze, goes under this, looks like an old, or it's a train bridge is what that is. And then the white blaze goes this way. I'm going to the parking lot for a pickup. Good morning, it is Sunday, June 29th, and I'm getting on trail. This is where I left off yesterday. Stayed at a hostel for the night after doing a full day of hiking. It was called Stanimals. That's a trail name for the guys' hostel. He's got one here in Glasgow and one in Waynesboro. And I plan on staying at the one in Waynesboro. It's about 80 miles from here or so, give or take. I plan on taking a zero there. I got to get some YouTube vids out. I'm way behind. And yeah, I had a great stay. The guy, the manager of the hostel, Charlie, he's a Navy veteran, submariner, and he was just awesome. He's from Boston, and he just was a great guy to be around. So, let's see. Got about 5 days of food, so my pack's heavy. I'm gonna try to get there in 4, but I'll have to average at least 20 a day. So I don't really know the terrain profile, how many climbs I'll have. Alright guys, well that was the bridge I started this video at. It's a footbridge. It goes across the James River, and it you kind of bypass this parking lot and you're going across this road. Going across this road here. There's a parking lot down there. We just the shuttle driver Charlie dropped us off, and trail goes this way. Alright guys, we all have a good Sunday. If anything interesting comes up, I'll either get it on video or get some pictures of it. Talk to you all later. Bye bye. This is a spot where a small child lost their life of exposure after wandering from a schoolhouse. Little Odie Klein Powell. Yeah, it's too sad. Wish I could have been there to save him. Rest in peace, little man. It is Monday, June 29th, and I'm all packed up, about to get on trail. Had my hammock between these two trees last night. Nobody was in the shelter, but there was a group of people camping across the creek. There's a bridge that you cross, Appalachian Trail. This goes right through here. But yeah, wasn't anybody in the shelter. See, I did about 20.1 miles yesterday out of James River, and that was like 9-mile climb out of there. It was all day climb yesterday. Today I'm going about 22 point something to the Priest shelter and trying to get into Daleville. I'm gonna take a zero there and get resupplied. That's where next section will be the Shenandoahs. Let's see, this is called Brown Mountain Shelter, George Washington National Forest. But yep, there's the shelter. Typical shelter. People leave their trash all over because they're too lazy to carry it out. That's where I had my hammock. It was the perfect distance between that tree and that tree. Hung my bear bag back there. And there's my pack all ready to go. I bought this Big Agnes pad in Daleville. It's pretty comfortable. It's not very durable. When you go under limbs and stuff, it gets scrapes on it. So I had a Z rest earlier in the year, but I didn't bring it. But I decided that it's worth the extra weight. It's got multiple uses. Like you can use it in the shelters. You can use it if you take a break and sit on it, you know, for lunch or whatever. And then for your hammock system, you can have it on the ground for like a foot mat, getting in and out of the hammock. Put your stuff on it. It's got all kind of uses really. So to me, it's worth the extra weight. And another thing I started doing, I keep my trash on the outside of my bag now. Sometimes day hikers will take your trash for you because they don't have much weight. And when I've been crossing the Blue Ridge, they've had some trash cans. They call them litter cans. It's kind of weird. But yeah, you can unload your trash, and that's always a good thing. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep pushing all day, and I'll check back in if anything interesting comes up I want to film, and I'll talk to y'all later. There's an old fireplace. See if I can zoom in on it. Right out in the middle of nowhere. I ran across a cistern too. It was kind of built with the same kind of rocks. And it was like a pit, and it was lined with rocks. And it came up. It had 3 sides. So I imagine this creek may dry up sometimes during the year, you know. And cistern is probably below the water table, so water will just drain into it if there's any left in the ground. So that's a pretty cool idea the old timers had. It's real buggy right now. They got these old black flies. I guess they're flies, gnats. They look more like a gnat. Normally gnats just like go around your face. I guess they're wanting salt or whatever, but these things, they'll latch on. They're like bloodsuckers, and they leave a whelp, and they're relentless. They won't, no matter how many you swat of them, they got more keeps coming. It's a real pretty section of trail here. There's a creek here following. It's like a little tributary, but there's a big group. Well, I wouldn't say big. There's probably 5 or 6 tents of ladies that camped by the creek last night. Somebody built a wall there. Somebody probably homesteaded this place at one point. Look at this view. Wow. It's a great day to be a hiker. Good morning. It is Tuesday, June 30th, and I'm about to get on trail. Stayed here at this site last night, inside the shelter, inside my hammock. I use it like a bug net. So, pretty good site. They got a privy. They got a really good water source with a pipe. The water comes out of a pipe. They got a picnic table. And let's see, I had Verizon voice and data service here, which was great. So I got about 41 miles to Waynesboro. And I'm going to take a Nero and a Zero there and get ready to go in the Shenandoahs, which are a little over 100 miles, I think. And then I'll have, I think, 50-something miles left to Virginia. I'll be in West Virginia. That'll be pretty awesome to get another state out of the way. Alright, well, I'll check back in later today if anything interesting comes up. Bye. Okay, this section of trail is going through a boulder field, and it's trying to keep from twisting my ankle, but it's let me turn the camera around. See the rocks, all these boulders, and it just goes on and on and on. So this section slows you down because you're having to be real careful where you're stepping. It's hard to even stand on it without losing your balance. Seems like they route the trail over things like this for punishment, I guess. Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 1st. And I've been on trail for about an hour now. And let's see, headed to a shelter. It's about 15.8 from the one I stayed at last night. And then that will leave on Thursday. I'll have a short day into Waynesboro to do a Nero. And I'm going to take a zero Friday. Get ready to go into the Shenandoahs. Got to resupply, do laundry, work on some YouTube vids, try to get them out. Hopefully they have good internet. It's been a problem trying to get videos uploaded. Took me 3 days to get one to totally upload. It's crazy. Let's see. Yeah. This section of trail from James River has been pretty tough. It's been like a continuous climb. And let's see, I did like 20.1 out of James River the first day, and then I did 15.9 the next day, and then yesterday I did 20.3, and then today I'll have 15.8. So my legs are kind of smoked. I could use the day off to rest up. I'm gonna take a tub bath and some Epsom salt and try to pull some soreness out of my body. That sounds like an old man, doesn't it? Alright guys, well I'll talk with you later on. Hope you have a good day. Happy July 1st. Bye. Good morning. It is Thursday, July 2nd, and I am about to get on trail. I stayed at this shelter last night. One of the nicest shelters I stayed at. Let me show you what I like about it. It's got a covered common area with a picnic table. And then it's got, well, you got steps up. And then you got this long area here you can cook on. It's got like metal over the wood. And you got like a top bunk area. And then you got a bottom platform. And here's a rock you can step down on. And right here, you can hang your food bag using this rod here. And up on the hill, there's a privy. You got windows in it. Nice big fire ring, places to sit. And there's a running stream down here. Real good water source. And the trail just goes right through here. So it's a good area. I'm about 5 or so miles from Waynesboro, and I'm going to take a Nero today and a Zero tomorrow. And I heard the Chinese buffet opened yesterday, so I'm going to spend a few hours in there for lunch, hopefully, and try to get some YouTube vids out. Anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Hope you have a good day.